Why is Airi the biggest beneficiary of the new wind attribute? Based on the official info released so far, we know that once wine triggers an anomaly state. Stacking up other anomaly bars won't trigger disorder anymore, instead, it triggers turbulence, which directly settles all of that attribute's anomaly damage at once. And while Airi mainly deals damage through disorder bursts during days windows, she actually has insanely high anomaly proficiency on her own. This design was originally meant to help players quickly cycle anomaly bars during the day's burst window for disorder bursts. But because of the solid color anomaly bar overwriting issue, Airi was losing a huge chunk of anomaly damage. With the new turbulence mechanic, Airi's ether anomaly bar will be settled directly through turbulence, which solves that problem. But this also requires the wind agent to stack enough anomaly proficiency. Because once the enemy enters weathering, you can't trigger other attribute anomalies through disorder anymore, you just have to wait the weathering effect out. During that window, agents like Airi can only settle their disorder burst damage based on the wind anomaly. The quality of the anomaly bar directly affects how hard the burst hits. Now some of you are asking, streamer, can the new Verena buff Airi? Airi's playstyle revolves around stockpiling resources, then unleashing one high-quality burst during the day's window. Looking at her current team comps, her teammates are mostly stun agents that quickly daze enemies, plus support agents that provide damage buffs. But bringing in Verena actually pushes her toward the traditional dual anomaly route, which completely changes Airi's playstyle. So even if there's some buff potential, it likely won't outperform her existing full team comps. Airi's ideal teammate should be a wind attribute stun or support agent with both high anomaly proficiency and solid buffing power. You don't need their anomaly buildup to be as fast as a real anomaly agent, just enough to top off the wind bar during the day's window. Combine that with the weathering damage amp infection effect, and you'd be chaining out massive numbers from disorder bursts and turbulence back to back. I can't even imagine how satisfying that would feel. And if a character like that actually drops, Airi's strength would skyrocket past every other anomaly agent. Releasing one now would probably break the character balance, but at the rate Hoyo's power creep is going, nobody can guarantee they won't drop an agent like this down the line. Then some of you might say, streamer, the agent you're describing seems to revolve entirely around Airi. Would the devs really design a whole new character just to buff Airi in the future? Well, just look at the example of Luwine. This character was originally designed as a buffer for her senior Yu Shengwang. But who actually got the biggest ULT stacking boost? Not Yu Shengwang, not Yu Xian, it was Hugo, who came out way back in version 1.7, with his M2. A universal buffer designed for a new character ended up becoming a buff for an old one. So it's absolutely possible the devs will design a character like this in the future for a new mechanic and a new agent. And looking at what the wind attribute brings to the table, I'd say the odds of them designing such a character are pretty high. So if you're also stressing over Airi's teammate getting beaten to release by the Hollow Hunt Lord, go ahead and hype yourself up hard.